Do you want to
Yes.
talk about?
Yes. I need to.
We got an email. I paraphrase somebody.
Okay.
Somebody basically just sent in an email saying, "Can you Kingdom Hearts remind me why I play this shit?"
All right. I can't tell that person why they do it because I can't tell myself why I do it personally. Okay. So Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, the DLC came out last week, which is supposed to, Square has said and Nomura said it's supposed to fill in the gaps of the story in 3. And it does some of that.
And create a lot more in the process.
And then digs more holes in the process.
So is the whole thing set in the middle of? Is it like this is the missing like the Assassin's Creed did that one time where it's like, here's chapter 6 that wasn't in there before.
It's like I'll take this one. It takes place before, during, and after all the events in multiple timelines. It is inexplicable. Go ahead, Jan.
Actually, Ben, see, the more time you're spending with me, the more of an expert you're becoming in Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, it's exactly what Ben said, where it takes place before the final cutscene, but after like the last quarter of the game. But you're also replaying that quarter of the game. So even though they've added a bunch of new cutscenes, they wind up recycling existing cutscenes and existing boss encounters.
Hang on a sec.
Yes,
You end up replaying
yes,
a chunk of actual Kingdom Hearts 3 here?
yes.
Is it from a different perspective or some kind of different?
Sometimes you watch the exact same cutscene, like when Donald Duck fires off the Zeta flare.
It's
then
just
with,
like,
Lingering
well, this
Willow.
cutscene was already on the disc, so it's
Yeah, like,
free.
no
to use
differences?
again.
So there'll be like slight differences before that original cutscene, but they'll still play it out. And then some of the encounters will be the same, but you will have the option to play as a different character that was in that instance. So if Riku is with you, you could play as Riku, or you could play as Aqua or Roxas.
Okay.
But that part is a bummer where they like recycle all the old stuff. The part where it's like neat is that there's actually a bunch of good little set pieces. One of them, I was yelling in my room the other day, and my partner was looking at me very concerned. She had no idea how to console me. But it is straight up where Mickey Mouse is pretty much Solid Snake at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, the hallway scene, and like Mickey Mouse is dying as these Organization 13 ghosts are attacking him. And then at the end, when he finally reaches the keyhole, they have like a father-son Kamehameha moment with Sora, who's like not a ghost.
Is Mickey Sora's dad?
Spiritually.
Okay.
Yeah, father figure, I don't know. But then as that was happening, I was losing my shit and just complaining, how dare this fucking game do this again to me? Where yet again I'm fucking enraptured by it. And I hate it. I hate it so much.
Have you finished it?
Yes.
How much of it? So I sat in with you for, I don't know, the first hour-ish of the game, and it was almost exclusively boss fights in weird arenas that seemed semi-recycled.
It is pretty much that. Okay. The part where you are walking through an environment is just exactly the last quarter of the game. It is kind of just a boss rush type of deal. And it's about 2.5 to 3 hours long just for the...
It's $30!
Just for the remind portion of it. And then from there, once you beat that, you open up the limit cut, which is straight up boss rush encounters where it's a boss room. But you need to beat that, guys. You need to beat that to unlock the secret ending and the secret boss where you...
Do you get to fuck Mickey Mouse?
No, you don't get to fuck Mickey Mouse.
Do you fight Walt Disney?
No.
Do you fight Walt Disney's head in a giant mech?
That would...
Remember how Wolfenstein ended? Is it like that, but with Walt Disney?
And I apologize for the folks listening at home that have yet to beat the 13 bosses.
Okay, wait. Spoiler alert. You got 1 minute. Go.
You fight Yozora.
What?
And Yozora was like the protagonist from the Fate game that was in the Toy Story world that opened up with a fake trailer.
Shit.
And then after you beat that, after you successfully beat Yozora, it launches into a cutscene that is a 1-for-1 remake of Final Fantasy Versus 13. The trailer opening from that.
What?
It is a shot for shot.
What? Wow, he had some.
Fucking course it is.
He had some unfinished business he needed
he
to
had
get.
some unfinished like data laying around that they could just reuse, right?
It's so much salt. It's like
Okay, your minute is up.
No, okay, special.
It's for the people. It's for the people who don't want to be spoiled, so they can skip it.
I need to hear where this is going.
I don't know, but then just Nomura just has so much salt in him. He's like, oh, you didn't want me to make this game? I made it anyway. And then it launched me into a fucking thing where it's like that Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode with Charlie, and then I was literally with a piece of paper mapping stuff out, thinking like, wait, Final Fantasy versus 13, to get to the secret ending, you had to beat 13 bosses. And then that's
versus 13 bosses.
Exactly. And then in the Limit Cut episode, that's where you actually re-meet or re-see the Final Fantasy characters. And then I'm reminded that they're all in there. Guys, it's there. It's right there.
It's right there in front of us.
Also, Patrick Klepek reminded me that there's a block in this game, because I was dying repeatedly thinking like, fuck, there has to be something I'm missing because I haven't played it since last year. And yeah, there's a block in the game, and I'm just reminded how the block is a little awkward. It's great. I love it. I hate it.
$30.
Yeah, that's
$40 if you want the special orchestra.
Oh, the
videos.
orchestra stuff.
What?
Yeah,
I
the concert.
hate. I hated it in Asura's Wrath, which I consider to be one of the best games, but I hate putting fucking true ending.
Well, hang on now. Does that
DLC.
feel like it was a true ending to the Kingdom Hearts 3 story, or did it feel like a bunch of insanity tacked onto the end that like, this is the real ending, but it's just like a bunch of garbage?
It can be both.
It's both.
Okay.
It does offer. It offers.
Is it closure? Do you come out of it and go like, okay, is it closure for Kingdom Hearts 3 at least?
Sure.
Okay.
It closes that chapter and what happened at the initial secret ending that played. But then
so that sounds bad then. If you're paying additional money for closure, that's usually a bad
I think
sign.
that's incredibly scummy to charge that much money to the fan. Like, it's just ringing poor Kingdom Hearts fans who.
Well, how was the ending to baseline Kingdom Hearts 3? Did it feel like, man, this sucks? They sure did leave out a thing.
I don't know if it's because.
Or were you satisfied there and this is just like, oh, well, this is technically more.
Regardless, I think it's fucking shameful to make people spend $30 for canonical content in their game, because like, even if it's not closure, even if it's not putting a cap on 3 for the next Kingdom Hearts thing, you don't know what's going to be relevant, what's not, unless you've played through
considering
this.
they've pulled in the mobile games and all this other shit, it's all relevant, or it's all potentially relevant.
Sure,
but,
yes, which makes it shitty.
Well, but also what you're saying is you don't want DLC to ever be relevant to a story.
No, because you can also you can have continuation stuff. You can have, and the fact, like, what I was going to get to is that it's a shitty way to play it too, because it's just a series of recycled boss fights.
I mean, it sounds like bad content
environments.
regardless.
Yeah,
but I guess that's the thing. Is like if it's closing the Kingdom Hearts 3 story and you have to pay to get it, that's bad. Unless people went into Kingdom Hearts 3 or came out of Kingdom Hearts 3 feeling like, hey, this story's over.
nobody did that.
Okay, or at least the Kingdom Hearts 3, if they felt like, hey, this was like decent closure for this particular story, it left it in a place that is sensible for a video game to leave off. If they leave it deliberately open-ended and they're just like, fucking who knows what happens, and then they sell you that ending, then it's almost like, then they really knew ahead of time that they were going to fuck you on this. Whereas if they wrote a thing and then like decided like, what if we just wrote a true ending? Like, well, I like the ending we have. Like, nah, fuck it. What if I write a true ending? Like, that's a little less bad, right?
Agreed. I was trying to think of how the initial game offered some type of closure, and I don't know if it's due to like the world we live in now, where everyone is waiting for an after credit sting.
Yeah.
That everyone is just waiting for some twist at the end, where maybe it's not an excuse that they can charge $30 to $40 for this, but I feel like Kingdom Hearts fans just unfortunately accept it and expect it.
Yeah, like has Marvel destroyed the idea of a self-contained story in popular media
I
at this
think
point?
Everything, like nothing can be self-contained anymore.
Yeah.
People always want more. People always want another thing, and they always want to be like led through it. Like there's no, it's like people don't even really want mystery all that much. But I guess Kingdom Hearts has plenty of that.
Yeah,
like stuff that's like deliberately not explained.
Yeah, so that the secret boss fight at the end gives context and to what happens at the initial secret ending that released like a month after the initial game had come out. So there's that. They
should take a cue from Nier, and in that game, the DLC lets you fight the president of Square Enix.
Yeah.
It seems like the right way
if you fought Walt Disney, Mecha Disney.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it didn't add much more in terms of actual gameplay other than getting to play as separate characters, which was cool. But I mean, they weren't really leveled up to your same level. So sometimes it would be a chore to play as them versus the store that you've built up throughout the course of the game.
And do we know if this is it for this game and subsequent DLC
I want to say
releases?
this is it for this
okay,
game.
so
this
we
game.
They announced another game.
Yeah.
No, the
What?
mobile.
Right.
Project, the mobile thing, does
Yeah.
that count as an actual game?
Yes.
Okay, that's
You have to count every Kingdom Hearts game as a game because they find a way.
I made that mistake. But yeah, for the new bits of story where it adds a little bit of context and like some flavor text, it's neat. But $30 is kind of a lot, especially when you can get the base game for $20 lately. Yeah.
Sounds wow. Well, I guess it's been a year. hasn't it? Yeah. Came out.
So I mean, if
early last
you
year.
waited and you want to get the whole package, I guess it'd be close to the price of a full game.
What if I didn't
Then that's
want
fine.
to get any of it?
That's fine.
Great.
That cost you $0.
I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah.
safely move
working out
on with your life.
I still have the PowerPoints ready, guys.
Someday.
You have to update them all.
I'm not sure.
I do have to fucking update them.
I'm not sure what will occasion the unleashing of those PowerPoints, but someday we will have a need.
Maybe I'll trap someone in this room and talk with me about Kingdom Hearts or something.
Oh God, it's gonna be me. Oh no.